A dog just simply wants to go for a walk. Just simply be fed. Be cuddled. A dog doesn't need for much. If your ego was like a dog, I would not bother with it. As it is, the human body does not need much. It needs to be fed. It needs to go for a walk. It needs some amount of snuggling. The body cannot survive without a small amount of affection. But the ego makes enormous demands. It demands that you be better than someone else. A dog makes no such demand. The ego demands that you not waste your time for a moment on anything except pleasure. The ego cannot wait. A dog can wait. A dog spends most of its life simply waiting. But the ego cannot wait, cannot stand to lose, cannot stand to be wrong for more than a second. If your ego were as simple as a dog, I would not bother. But the ego is extraordinarily complex. It is the demands of the ego that are destroying the planet. It is the demands of the ego that bring inner destruction. Before enlightenment, I existed in a primarily wordless state. I knew words and could function with words. I had a robust vocabulary for someone my age as a student, always. But they didn't have much mass for me. They didn't hold very much sway. For me, these are little devices that are used to communicate, to transmit, and then they are discarded. Do you know what a cipher is? All of these words are totally interchangeable. The letters, the numbers even, everything. They are just devices to serve higher communication. There is some truth that language develops around biology, but this has to do primarily with the more animal level of the brain. The words used in higher reasoning are all interchangeable. They are symbols for concepts with higher meaning, nothing more, and they could all be interchanged. It is the concept that was transmitted that is important. So words did not carry much mass for me, and I existed in a primarily wordless state. I reached enlightenment through music, which is a way. I simply came to see the entire universe as music, and I was one with this grand symphony. The state existed completely separately from words. Everyone, when they become enlightened, is an arat for a moment, completely blissed out from the experience. But then, seemingly, you are offered a choice. My choice was to move with compassion and do my best to leave not one behind. This is the path of the Bodhisattva. It's not that it's more noble. It's that my bliss depends on me actively working out my compassion. Arats don't have this dilemma. I do. But it is solved readily. You simply move from a place of compassion in all things going forward. The trouble for me was in how to share this bliss with others, how to help others reach enlightenment, because I simply had no words. And where before I existed in a primarily wordless state, now it was a completely wordless state. Simply everything became one. When I would drink milk, I felt like I was drinking myself. When I even thought something negative about someone else, it felt like I was damaging myself. There was simply no separation between anything in the universe. But my wordless state became a handicap in my journey as a bodhisattva. So for me, I had to develop a deep relationship with words. I had to get some mass on them. They had to develop right and immense meaning. The bridge between Arat and Guru is built through striving, no doubt, and my striving has to do with words. The concepts I have mastered. The art now is in the delivery, the words, and the journey the silence between them inspires. Keep these words and let them rejuvenate you. Let them purify you. Let them help you discover your inner child. When you discover the inner child, there will be no more words. There will be no need for words. There will be no words. Until then, keep with these words and allow them to be the bricks under your feet for a period of time. There is no hurry. There is only alertness, for the moment of dropping can happen anytime.